WEFUNK. We funk.
Oh, yes, that's right. But we got to be a little honest here. We haven't made it out to see all of them. If you listen to the Netflix...
Yeah, this is a special, but it's not that special.
Yeah. Right? If you listen to the Netflix and Chat podcast, you know that Liam's probably gone to the theater to see a little more than I have. He is the resident theater guy.
Yes. They don't sell that Chicago pop style at home, you know?
That's right. So we're going to kind of kick off the ones that we haven't seen. And I guess a little more in my book, but... I guess first one we should kick off, and I guess really the one that's only nominated for one thing is Ford v. Ferrari.
Ford versus somehow buying its way into the big picture, best picture list.
Those Ford Ferrari guys really pushed for this one.
But this is another real high budget movie as well. Two huge names attached with Christian Bale and Matt Damon. Little surprised that neither one of those guys nominated.
Neither nominated.
This one as well, I would just like to point out, I was all ready to see, super excited for, if you recall, until I got shamed by Barnes over here. On the spring or the fall movie preview or whatever when this was coming out, and you're like, really, dude, that movie looks so stupid. And I was like, oh, really? I think so too. It shamed me out of seeing it. Now it's a fucking goddamn Oscar.
And I stand by it. I think this one is one of the ones I'm most shocked to see on the list. And I think most people are too, because there's literally no other, besides maybe some of the bullshit ones, but no other big categories this one was nominated for. No best actors, no Damon, no Christian Bale,
no doubt,
no best director,
no best director, which is a huge sign. I mean, I guess it is just a pretty feel good story, I suppose people can get behind.
I guess that movie looks stupid to me. I feel like I
feel like it looked cool in terms of an in theater experience, bigger than life kind of race scenes. However, that's not exactly what the Academy.
I'll go see Gone in 60 Seconds when they re-release it.
I was thinking more like Thunder Days with Tom Cruise. At its best, it would have been Thunder Days with Tom Cruise. But
fuck, I'll watch Ricky Bobby again, man. That movie's got some great.
Well, it killed it. And finally, some awesome from recognition from the Academy for Ricky Bobby.
So Ford versus Ferrari is one we haven't seen.
That's one we haven't seen.
Another one I shamed Liam for off mic for not going to see has to be Little Women.
Now, see, this one I do intend to see. Just ran out of time. But much like The Favorite from last year. By the way, if you thought that the Favorite joke didn't make any sense last year, try bringing up to somebody this year about The Favorite last year, and they have no idea what. No. Oh, The Favorite. Yes, that's.
No, it was spelled weird. I'm fucking saying it the way it's spelled.
Last year it made a little more of the wacky, and still people didn't get it. So if you thought I was an asshole last year, but much like The Favorite, looks like a boring period piece about a couple of old English chicks, stuffy English chicks.
Yeah.
However, this one apparently.
Well, the other thing too is to fall in your "I'm not a big reader, bro" category is it is a book that people know. And fucking, I remember this.
People, not me.
I remember
not me, baby. It's
no I remember this movie
here.
when it came out in '96 or whatever with Winona Ryder.
Is this already another movie?
I'm pretty sure
I saw this one the first time with Winona Ryder.
I'm pretty sure Christian Bale was in it too.
Yeah,
a young Christian Bale.
But I do intend to see it. I hear it's much funnier. Saoirse Ronan is great whenever she's in, and she's
I'm sure it's fucking hilarious.
Well, The Favorite,
never saw it.
Was killer.
I stuck to my guns.
Yeah, no, The Favorite was worthwhile. So the Little Women Who Knows, rave reviews. Saoirse Ronan, Emma Stone, I believe, or
not Emma Stone, Emma Watson.
Emma Watson,
Hermione Granger herself.
Okay,
from the Harry
as
Potter
well
movie.
As Florence Pugh, I believe.
Yeah. So best actress is Saoirse Ronan, and then best supporting.
Just spell it phonetically, bro. It's Irish. That's all you got.
Best supporting actress is hilarious named Florence Pugh. It's also the best picture, like we said. This is, I guess, one that kind of falls in the category of the big news in the fact that Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for Best Director.
Huge snub ski for Greta Gerwig.
And a lot of people were just like, another year of white male directors.
In all honesty, though, they could have squeezed her in for Best Director, I'd feel. I felt.
Who would you knock off the list then?
And again, I didn't see this. So
Okay.
I have no idea if she directed good.
But you would think they would. Who would you then knock off the list?
Necessarily.
Because I would say Todd Phillips. Knock him off the list for the Joker.
Okay,
I feel like the Joker can stand on. I could have directed that movie.
No, for sure. Well, first of all, we'll get into it later, but you have Scorsese for The Irishman, like you said, Todd Phillips, Sam Mendes for 1917, which is great, Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and then Parasite with Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Definitely would replace...
He had to be the one to direct it. No one else could have directed it.
Yeah, definitely would replace Greta Gerwig, but just in general, that was a big story, and will give Little Women a little bit more attention, I'd say. Would that be the first time a woman actually has won Best Picture? Has a woman director...
Yeah.
Has Sofia Coppola ever won an Oscar? Or
Lost in Translation, Sofia Coppola directed, and I'm pretty sure she run for that. And,
Bill Murray classic. Bill Murray at his finest.
Both names are escaping me right now.
And then what was her other movie? Was what, Lady Bird? Or what was the other movie?
No, Lady Bird was Greta. Was the lady that got
that
snubbed.
Was
and Lady Bird she was nominated for Best Director for that.
That was a nominated movie at least.
Correct.
Anyway. But
yeah, you already don't be greedy.
You already got one toots. Scorsese and Tarantino got fucking nothing, all right? But
I could say with all that buzz, and I'm not picking my Best Picture, but I would say with all that Best Director snub and like kind of like what a big news it was, I could see Little Women maybe taking the award for that alone. Just so she can go up there and say her piece. Like, you fucking pieces, white male pieces of shit.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
I'm just saying, I know how these things work.
Like I said, yeah, it's a wide open field, I'd say, for the best pick. So, who knows?
And I guess the next one we haven't seen, at least especially in the theaters, is because it is our own Netflix original Marriage Story. That neither of us has watched yet.
Yes.
Mainly because...
And we haven't watched because we're going to be watching it in a couple of... next episode.
The next episode of the Netflix and Chat spinoff. It's kind of our first crossover episode. It's the Oscar-nominated film.
Yeah. We want to we want to see if it wins before I actually watch. I'm not putting in the HDMI unless it wins. All right, this thing doesn't win. It doesn't take on Best Picture.
I want to see the tragedy of divorce in high def.
Yeah, this one was definitely the movie that if we were not watching it for Netflix and Chat being this year's Netflix and Chat nominee, we're gonna watch it. This would definitely be the one movie that I would not watch in this year's field.
I was gonna watch this one anyway.
Really?
This is my Little Women. As a child of divorce.
Yeah.
And plus, as a fan of the movie Kramer versus Kramer, it seems like it's going to be pretty accurate.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just like a movie about a bad relationship and like shitty childhood. It's just like, I've got I'd stick with two poops. You know what I mean? Like, give me Anthony Hopkins.
That's a whole different...
Give me Anthony Hopkins and Jonathan Price.
That's a whole different bad relationship with the kid involved.
Yeah, for real, I guess.
Get those poops out of there.
Just in general, you know what I mean? That would probably be the least, out of the 9 in the field, that would be the one that I would be least inclined to watch.
Okay.
However, Netflix and Chad, we're going to be watching it as well. Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson, 2 great actors.
And a lot of awards in this one, too. It's not just Best Picture. It is best actor or lead actor in a movie with Kylo Ren. It is best lead actress in a movie with Black Widow.
Yeah.
It's and best supporting actress with the lady from the second Star Wars movie.
Yeah, seriously.
The one with the purple hair that gets blown up. No, but Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson, and Laura Dern, boo, all nominated in this picture. So a lot of acting roles, no best director or anything like that.
Big acting performances, and it seems like the kind of movie that would need to be carried by acting performances. It looks like it's going to be a real slow-paced drama.
And for sure, and that's kind of why I do want to see this movie, too, on top of it, is I do like movies where it is just straight-up acting. For all of the movies I usually watch, when we get a little more into which ones I have seen on this list, you'll be like, all right, this totally tracks for Geeked Up Devin. Yeah. But I do like movies every now and then where it's just straight acting.
For sure. Well, I'll give you a little spoiler or a little foreshadowing. That might play effect in what I feel your best picture pick is going to be later on.
All right.
Because I feel one of these movies really dominated by the acting more so than others, I'd say. But we'll get into that, I guess, as we go through the rest of these movies that we have seen.
Big ass!
WEFUNK. We funk.